Welcome to Clause 8. You're watching a short clip from one of our full episodes, featuring real conversations with the leaders shaping IP.
Around the same time that you became president, Access Advance picked up some of programs that VIA had. Can you tell us what was behind that, and does that shift kind of a thinking maybe in the strategy of VIAs or the customers that you have?
Right. So that was the HEVC pool I think you're
Yeah.
referring to. So that pool was divested over to Access Advance. And at the end of the day, that was just the right move for the ecosystem, right? I mean, fragmentation is never a good thing. Fragmentation on the licensor side is never a good thing. Fragmentation among pools is never a good thing either. Just logistically managing the reconciliation process, for example, when you have kind of like dual or even three pool structures, is just not an efficient way of doing what we believe we want to do. VIA is all about creating market efficiencies and kind of supporting the ecosystem. So I think you can think of that transaction as just furthering, those goals. So it was a natural thing for us to do, encourage additional collaboration, and really getting to a place where you can argue that there is potentially a one or two stop shop for a lot of the technologies. I know HEVC is still somewhat fragmented, but certainly it's headed in the right direction.
And how did that come about, the idea for Access Advance to take that over?
So now you're talking about before my time, so I
Oh,
can't speak directly to that, Eli. But I
okay.
think if I had to surmise and just guess,
Yeah.
Dolby is all about doing the right thing and supporting ecosystems. So I think at the end of the day, they probably recognize that being in multiple pools is not efficient for anyone. So consolidation, was something, and I can speak directly to this because at Dolby I did run the compliance function for 7 years, so I was out there pounding pavement, talking to a lot of the big licensees that we have in our pools, and even specifically the HEVC pool. And even I heard directly from licensees, about the need for consolidation. They did not like the current structure. They did not like having to go to multiple pools that arguably had conflicting rates. It just creates uncertainty in the marketplace. It slows things down. It creates inefficiencies and bottlenecks. And it's really not good for the ecosystem. So like I said, I can't speak directly to, why the decision was made, but if I had to surmise, it would be that we're always trying to further the ecosystem. And VIA is fortunate enough that we're in a really, good position that we have over, a dozen active licensing programs ranging from EV charging and wireless power to speech and media codecs, like I mentioned, our AAC and AVC programs. So we're really well diversified. So I think at the end of the day, we had plenty of other programs that we could pivot and refocus on and make them successful. And case in point is our voice codec program, where we just signed up our first licensee. We have two of the original contributing licensors that were active during standardization, NTT and Huawei, currently in our programs. And we're looking forward to some more positive, announcements both in the Qi space and the voice space in the near future.